Hey movie fans! The year is almost over, but there are still some awesome movies hitting the big screen. In fact, here are the top 10 exciting movies set to release in November 2023. Just remember, release dates might shift, so stay tuned for updates. Let's start the countdown at number 10. The Marsh King's Daughter. In The Marsh King's Daughter, Helena Pelletier is living a happy life with a loving husband and two adorable daughters. However, she carries a hidden, troubling history. Her father, Jacob Holbrook, who went by the name the Marsh King, kidnapped her mother, and Helena was born 2 years after the abduction. Families can get really complex, especially when your dad is a convicted murderer. Get ready for an exciting and action-packed movie experience with the upcoming release of The Marsh King's Daughter. This film is based on Karen Dion's thrilling novel, and it stars Daisy Ridley as Helena Pelletier, a young mom with a troubled and intense history. Neil Berger, known for his work on movies like Voyagers, is directing this film, and it's sure to keep you watching as it unfolds. A gripping story filled with suspense, family secrets, and the haunting echoes of a dark past. This film is set to release on November 3rd, 2023. At number 9, we have What Happens Later. Trapped in a snowstorm at a small airport, Willa and Bill, who used to be a couple, discover they're still drawn to each other. But they also find themselves getting on each other's nerves just as much as before. As they open up about their shared history and measure their current lives against the dreams they once had, they start to question whether their unexpected reunion is just luck or something a bit more magical. This movie is starring David Duchovny and Meg Ryan. It is also directed by Meg Ryan and was written by Kirk Lynn. This film is set to release November 3rd, 2023. Number 8, Napoleon. A study of a military leader who rose from humble beginnings to become an emperor. We'll explore this journey while focusing on his passionate and sometimes unpredictable relationship with his wife and true love, Josephine. Napoleon was directed by Ridley Scott, written by David Scarpa, and is scheduled to be released on November 22nd, 2023. At number 7, Next Goal Wins, a film based on a real story. It's all about the American Samoa national soccer team. And let me tell you, they had a reputation. Back in 2001, at the FIFA World Cup, they had a match they'd never forget, and not in a good way. They went up against another team, and hold on to your hat, lost 31-0. Yep, you heard it right, 31 to zilch. It's pretty much the stuff of legends, but for all the wrong reasons. Next Goal Wins is a sports comedy drama film from 2023, and it's got some big names behind it. Taika Waititi, the director, and Ian Morris, who co-wrote the screenplay, joined forces to bring this one to life. It's got all the makings of a great flick, so keep an eye out for it. Next Goal Wins is scheduled for release on November 17th, 2023. If you're enjoying this video so far, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Let YouTube know you want to see more content like this. Now before we continue, let me say this. Your next movie night is about to become legendary. It's time to level up your movie watching game. Imagine the perfect movie night with all the gear and gadgets that turn your living room into a mini theater. From popcorn machines, to cozy blankets, immersive sound, plush seating, and even home theater projectors, everything you need for your dream movie setup is just a click away. Don't miss out on the chance to transform your movie nights into unforgettable experiences. So, take action now. Explore these fantastic selections of movie products and elevate your movie night to a whole new level. Simply click on the link in the description or pinned in the comment section. If you purchase anything by clicking on the affiliate link, I will receive a commission. Now back to our video. Moving on to number 6. It's a Wonderful Knife. It's been a whole year since she did this heroic thing, saving her town from this total psycho on Christmas Eve. But despite all that, things aren't exactly sunshine and rainbows for her. In fact, her life is feeling less than wonderful. It's a bit of a bummer. One day she gets to that point where she's like, I wish I was never even born. And guess what? Boom! Her wish comes true, but not in a good way. She's whisked away to this freaky parallel universe, and it's a total nightmare. Like things are seriously messed up there. Oh, and here's the kicker, that psycho killer from before? He's back in action, causing all sorts of chaos. Now Winnie's got to team up with this total misfit to figure out who's behind all this madness. They've got to solve the mystery, find the bad guy, and somehow make their way back to her own reality. It's a wild ride, that's for sure. She's in for some serious twists and turns. Get ready for It's a Wonderful Knife, a Christmas comedy horror film scheduled for release on November 10th, 2023. The story was cooked up by Michael Kennedy, and it's directed by Tyler McIntyre. You'll see some familiar faces too, like Jane Widdop, Joel McHale, Catherine Isabel, and Justin Long. It's a mix of chills and laughs, perfect for the holiday season. Number 5. Thanksgiving. In Plymouth, Massachusetts, things take a seriously scary turn when a maniac armed with an axe starts causing chaos. It all starts after a Black Friday riot goes horribly wrong and ends in tragedy. This crazed individual goes on a rampage, targeting the townspeople one by one. But here's the thing. These attacks might seem random at first, but it turns out there's a much darker and twisted plan behind it all. What seems like mere revenge killings is just one part of a much larger, sinister scheme. It's like a nightmare come to life, with each victim bringing this chilling puzzle closer to its shocking revelation. Get ready for some Thanksgiving thrills. Thanksgiving is an American slasher film, and it's directed by Eli Roth. The screenplay was crafted by Jeff Rendell, and the story was a collaboration between Roth and Rendell. These folks, along with producer Roger Birnbaum, are bringing this spooky tale to life. And guess what? This film is based on a mock trailer with the same name that Roth made for Grindhouse back in 2007. It's like they're taking that crazy concept and turning it into a full-blown movie. So get ready for some holiday horror with Thanksgiving. This movie is scheduled for release on November 17th, 2023. Number 4, Good Burger 2. Dexter Reed and Cashier Ed are back together again, but this time they've joined forces at the Good Burger fast food restaurant. And guess what? They're not alone. They've teamed up with a whole new bunch of hilarious co-workers. It's like a recipe for some seriously funny and crazy times at Good Burger. Good Burger is a classic American teen comedy flick from 1997. It's directed by Brian Robbins and brought to life by the creative minds of Dan Schneider, Kevin Coppolo, and Heath Seifert. This comedy gem stars Kenan Thompson, Kel Mitchell, and the legendary Abe Vigoda. It's a recipe for laughs and teenage shenanigans that stood the test of time. Good Burger 2 is set for release on November 22nd, 2023. At number 3, we have a real animated treat. Trolls band together. Here's the lowdown. Poppy uncovers a surprising secret about Branch and his 4 brothers. It turns out they used to be part of her absolute favorite boy band. But here's where things take a wild twist. One of Branch's brothers, Floyd, gets snatched up by some seriously wicked villains. Now, Branch and Poppy aren't going to stand by and let this happen. They team up and set off on this heart-pounding and emotional adventure. Their mission? To bring the rest of Branch's brothers back together and save Floyd from a fate that's even worse than fading into pop culture obscurity. It's a roller coaster ride you won't want to miss. The film was brought to life under the direction of Walt Dorn, with some co-directing magic by Tim Heitz. The story, filled with all its twists and turns, was penned by Elizabeth Tipper. Together, they created the movie magic you're about to experience. This film is scheduled to be released on November 17th, 2023. Number 2, The Marvels. So Carol Danvers, who's also known as Captain Marvel, went through some serious stuff. She managed to break free from the control of the not-so-friendly Kree, and even got her sweet revenge on the Supreme Intelligence, who was causing all sorts of trouble. But here's where things get tricky. Turns out, her actions had some unintended consequences. The universe is in chaos, and Carol's got to carry that weight on her shoulders. She's got some pretty big responsibilities, and her mission leads her to a weird wormhole tied to a Kree revolutionary. But here's the twist. Her powers get all mixed up with 2 other superheroes, and together they become the Marvels. It's like a whole new level of superhero action, and they're here to bring some order to the chaos. Get ready for an epic adventure. This film is in good hands, with Nia DaCosta at the helm as the director. She also joined forces with Megan McDonnell and Alyssa Karasik to craft the screenplay. Together, they've put their creative minds to work to bring this exciting story to life. The Marvels is scheduled to be released on November 10th, 2023. If you're hungry for more TV and movie top 10 content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now, back to the video. And finally, at number 1 we have The Hunger Games, The Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes. Let's go back in time a bit. Before he ever becomes that tyrannical president we all know, there's 18-year-old Coriolanus Snow. He's the last hope for his family's fading legacy. But there's a twist. The 10th annual Hunger Games are just around the corner, and young Snow gets quite a shock when he's given the task of mentoring Lucy Greybeard from District 12. Now here's where things get interesting. These two are no ordinary pair. They've got some serious skills when it comes to putting on a show and playing the political game. Together, they're racing against the clock, trying to figure out who's the real deal and who's just putting on a front. It's like a game of songbird versus snake, and the stakes are higher than ever. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a gripping dystopian action-adventure novel penned by the talented American author Suzanne Collins. Get ready for a wild ride in the Hunger Games universe. The film was directed by Francis Lawrence. It's scheduled for release on November 17th, 2023. Here's a bonus. The animated movie Wish is also coming soon. Meet 17-year-old Asha and her trusty companion, Valentino the Goat. They're on a wild journey through Rosas, a kingdom where something incredible happens. Here, wishes have the power to actually, for real, come true. It's like a dream come to life, and they're about to dive right into it. This film is under the direction of Chris Buck and marks the feature directorial debut of Fawn Veerasunthorn. The production is in the capable hands of Peter Del Vecchio and Juan Pablo Reyes. The screenplay is brought to life by the creative minds of Jennifer Lee and Alison Moore. And when it comes to the art style, they're blending computer animation with the timeless look of Disney's historical watercolor animation. It's a unique combination that's sure to bring a fresh and visually stunning perspective to the story. Ready for the next top 10 video? Simply click on the suggested video on your screen, and I'll see you there.